Mrs. Piccone?
Who's calling?
Hi, this is Tony Ciaglia. I'm out of Las Vegas. I'm good friends.
What?
I'm out of Las Vegas. I'm good friends with your son, Ken.
I don't understand you.
Can you not hear me?
Who are you?
I'm friends with Ken Bianchi.
You're a friend of Ken Bianchi.
Yeah.
And who are you?
Oh, my name is Tony. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, all right. I know who you are now.
Oh, good. He's mentioned my name?
Pardon?
Has he mentioned my name?
I can't really know. He says the man from Vegas.
Yeah.
I appreciate you helping him.
Oh.
You keep his mind up in A1. You keep his mind active.
I keep his mind?
Yes, you give him a good mind.
Well, I'm glad
He's a good boy. He just happened to go around with the wrong person.
It's good to talk to you. How are you doing?
Well, I'm on my way out. I'm 88 years old.
Yeah?
And I got Parkinson's disease. And it's kicking up. It's getting worse. In fact, I just came to bed. And I don't answer the phone after 6 o'clock. So it's a good thing you called now.
Okay.
I'm glad you helped him out.
You know, I'm glad I'm helping him out too. And
God will help you, honey. Because I'm on my way out. I don't think I got very much longer on this earth, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
I wouldn't want you to say anything to him.
I won't. I'll keep this between me and you.
If you want a picture drawn,
Uh-huh.
a landscape or anything, he can draw it.
So he's talented.
Yes, he is. And he's a smart boy. He's a very smart boy. He just took the wrong road. And he's paying for it for his life.
Yeah, he is. Was this very hard on you when this all went down?
No.
I can't even imagine.
I couldn't believe it. I told them they had the wrong boy, but I don't know, I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was nasty when I answered the phone because I get a lot of salespeople
Okay.
about this time. People calling to sell things.
Oh.
You know what I tell them?
What do you tell him?
Get a good job and drop dead.
Yeah, we get a lot of those in Las Vegas, too.
Try that. Get yourself a good job or drop dead. They don't call back. They don't call back.
And
I called in half.
I think you thought I was one of those people at first, didn't you?
I did.
Uh-huh.
But when you mentioned Ken, then I listened.
Uh-huh.
You got a nice voice.
I do?
Yes, you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. I'll take that as a big compliment.
Sincerely mean it, Tony.
I was an Elvis impersonator for a long time.
A what?
An Elvis Presley impersonator?
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I sang at the MGM Grand here in Las Vegas.
You have a beautiful voice.
Hey, you murderphoniacs. This is your host, Tony Ciaglia, the serial killer whisperer. And that was Ken Bianchi's mom, Frances Bianchi, alias Frances Piccone. She changed her name to Piccone to keep herself out of the spotlight. Why would she do that?
I think for obvious reasons.
I can't say I blame her for that. I guess she was embarrassed.
You think?
Yeah. Well, the next couple episodes, we are going back to Ken's early years. And we'll see some of the reasons he turned out the way he did. His mom and I became good friends. So you will hear a lot from her during this season, along with, of course, Ken's take on what a great guy he is and how he was framed for everything. He does wear a really good mask. I will have to give him that. And he is intelligent. I hate fucking saying that. Before we get into this, we are very, very excited here at Murder Phone to have my brother Joey with us.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. I'm back. I'm
Hell
back.
yeah.
He's back. And of course, as always, our dad, the Coxman.
How long do you think you keep saying that, man?
The Coxman?
Yeah.
Forever.
Forever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why,
Okay,
you going
guys.
anywhere?
Not that I know of. I hope not, God willing. Right? Okay.
Well, thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. I do have to comment. That was quite a first call with Frances. Oh my God. Like, what a very warm and gregarious woman she was. That voice.
Oh.
It's like, nails on a chalkboard,
Yes.
literally. But
And
I know
you know what? We met her. She was really, she wasn't that bad. We were a little concerned when we went there, but she,
well, I saw the videos
yeah.
when you,
Yeah,
when you met her. But I mean, you can't really tell by the first call. Who is this? Who are you? But
It's like, didn't we meet?
But I know, as time went on and your relationship with Ken grew and she really grew to like you and
Well, she's female, isn't she? Of course she's going to like me.
oh God.
They do.
Here
God,
we
listen.
go.
just
Here we go.
But I'm sure the whole time she must have been thinking to herself, I wonder why this nice man, you, is hooked up with a guy like Ken, who really is a piece of shit. He's a killer. But he was very cunning, very sly, intelligent,
Yeah.
and but he's a bad dude.
And I'm sure he tricked and conned his mom,
Yeah. But I think part of the things you're going to cover this season is maybe she was to blame for a lot of the ways that he turned out.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna cover all that, and
Yes.
it's gonna be interesting.
And as we get into the story, we'll see it was a really, really complicated relationship between her and her son. I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist.
You are.
Ray Charles could have seen this.
You're a psychiatrist.
Am I?
The family psychiatrist.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. Well, as a father, you got to be everything, right?
Fuck. Yes.
But guys, this is a true Oedipus complex. It really is. I think Oedipus.
Hold on. Stop. What do you
I think.
Let him finish the thought
I
because
wanna
we're
do-
gonna
yeah,
get. I'm thinking the same thing.
Come on.
keep going? Finish the thought.
Oedipus.
Mm-hmm.
Oedipus, not even on here. I think that Oedipus complex, along with a lot of the other things you're going to hear, really fucked up little Kenny. I really think that. Okay.
Let's get back to Oedipus.
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
What
yeah,
the
yeah, go
fuck
ahead.
was that?
I knew this was coming.
You see what he's trying? He's big timing us.
Yes, he is big time. Fucking
He's
big time in
big
us.
timing us. He had Google out. He was looking for that word. He had to slide it in there.
I
Yeah,
had the whole definition in front of me. It was like,
what is Oedipus? Is that like a pussy for an octopus?
I don't know.
Sounds
but
like it.
Maybe your new nickname should be Oedipus and not the Coxman.
Oedipus.
The Oedipus Coxman. Anyway, good word.
Thank you.
Good word. What does it
It
mean?
actually is.
What does it mean?
It just means that there's a very complicated relationship going on between the mother and the son.
Interesting. I'm
And
going to look it
wouldn't
up.
you
I've
say?
never. Yeah, I mean,
Wouldn't you say that's
why
happening?
I said she might be she could be the creator of this guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of it,
Yeah,
maybe
but
maybe the majority of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I think you're right about everything, especially her complicated relationship with Ken. All these serial killers, they come from a complicated relationship with their families. And she was really nice to me, and I was very respectful towards her, and I think that made our bond very strong. She eventually opened up to me as our murder phoniacs will learn throughout the season.
Yes, she did.
Yes. Speaking of murder phoniacs.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
Where's my mug? I see you guys got these fancy coffee mugs here with the logo. I didn't get one though.
Well,
I see I got 2 bottles of water here, but no mug.
The last time I brought one, you said, I don't need them. I've got my own. And you came in with the...
I'm just saying, dude, it's a prop. It's part of the
show.
Yeah, it should be part of the show.
My fault.
I didn't get one.
I agree.
My
And I was
fault.
thinking about it when I was
That's okay.
unpackaging.
Actually, I said, I got the mug here for Joe. He said, fuck Joe.
That's okay. I might
You
not
don't
be
need to
back.
bring-
I might not be back.
No, don't say that.
Don't
It's
say
okay.
that because of the mug.
I'll have a mug.
These are nice though.
Yeah. You want to?
I don't, if you're watching this on YouTube, these are nice, good quality,
Aren't
nice big mug.
they? Yeah.
Nothing's worse than when you make a cup of coffee in the morning in the small mugs,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like won't even fit the 8-ounce cup. These are
Yeah.
nice though.
They are.
You should pick one of these up. There
Yeah.
you go.
Definitely.
Anyway, I didn't get one, but maybe you can at home.
Oh. I'd like to give a shout out to, some of our loyal fans out there. Hey, you guys rock. Francine, Rhonda, John.
With the Coxman bull.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's our buddy from
Yeah.
when we were growing up. Teresa, Carrie, Kelly, Beth, Bonnie, Krista, Samantha, Victoria, my dancing partner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ashley, there's 2 Alicias.
Yeah. This is,
And they spell them different.
yes.
Yeah.
This is Alicia from Alaska.
Mm-hmm. This is Alicia from Alaska. Thank you. Krebs,
Krebby.
Krebsy.
good friend of ours.
I just talked to Nearing on the way down here. He said to say hi to you guys too.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Yep.
how's he doing?
is he in
He's
town?
good.
The
Yeah, he's doing
baby's good?
Baby's good. She's
All
getting
right.
big. She's so cute.
Cool.
She looks like Leah, thank God.
He'll love to hear that.
Yeah.
Dennis and Carla, friends from
Formerly with Canes.
formerly, yeah, Canes. It's a good diet. Kristen, Erica, Alicia,
Right.
Orlena, an old friend of ours. Chad in Dallas. He lived on the same street as me and Joe growing up. Used to play roller hockey and basketball with him. Chad from Minnesota. Cheryl, Rich, Lisa from Ventura, California. Chris, Marion, Kayla, Barton. He used to work with you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Karen, Dawn, Shannon, Jim, Jeremy, Clinton. Remember Clinton?
Oh, yeah.
Me and Joey were friends with him. He grew up 2 houses from us in Plano, Texas. Yeah. And then he moved to Houston when we were young. That was sad. Jennifer, Dindy. Hi, Dindy. Lynn, Crystal, Elsa, Megan, and Hunter. I saw them yesterday. Good friends of ours.
They're in the Bahamas now.
Oh, that's
Fuck 'em.
right.
I know.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
I know.
Uh-huh.
I begged to go with them. But,
Yeah.
you know.
The staff of Amore Italian restaurant. Good food.
Yes.
Cane's. Got a lot of fans at
Good
Cane's.
food.
Good food, Tone.
Yeah.
Mm. In-N-Out Burger.
Good food.
That's good burgers.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. For a good price, too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't beat an In-N-Out Burger
No.
price.
No.
Fuck no. Yasu Greek Restaurant.
Hello and goodbye. Right? That's what it means.
That's what Yasu means. Hi, Christian. And Peter.
And Sarah.
Porta Subs. Capriati's. It's kind of a new obsession of mine. And Freddy's Cheeseburgers. Very good. And then you have a Custer afterwards.
What about that? We forgot the new place. Irv's
Burgers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Yeah,
my
those
God.
are delicious.
I
And,
sneak out there.
A hello to Tony that works there.
He's our guy.
Moved from Fat Burger over there. They are great.
Yep.
They're in the Durango, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Really good.
Okay, Joey, why don't you take us into Kenny's childhood?
Is it okay if I call him Kenny? It's okay.
Oh, yeah, because he hates it.
I'm going to read this too because I couldn't. I didn't quite memorize his upbringing and story. So, Kenneth Kenny Bianchi, aka the Hillside Strangler, was born May 22nd, 1951. He almost has your birthday.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Gemini, right? Maybe it's something in the sign.
Oh.
In Rochester, New York. Who else do we know from Rochester, New York?
The great art.
What is with Rochester?
I don't know.
A lot of shit happens there.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little town, too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, our buddy Todd Owens from there. He might be a serial killer too. We don't know.
Todd
We don't
We'll have
know.
to check in.
He likes to coach little kids, though, if that means anything. He doesn't have any kids. I've always wondered that.
Kenny's birth mother, a 17-year-old alcoholic prostitute, wanted nothing to do with him. She even offered to sell her baby to several people, including Francis Bianchi.
You imagine purchasing
A baby?
a child? You know, it's like, oh, over here we got $100 for Kenny in the back. Oh, God, we got $200. Dude, we got $500 here from the Coxman. Yes.
Sold.
$500 to the Coxman. Do you imagine that?
No, I can't imagine it.
Do you remember Baby OJ in the movie?
Borat.
Yeah.
Right?
What's it? Borat.
Was it Bruno or
It was Bruno.
You bought a baby? I traded for him. What did you trade? I traded for him an iPod.
Yeah.
But it was the special edition U2 iPod. The old... Anyway.
Hey, you know what? He came through on the fucking
he got it out of a box.
airport. Yeah, in the airport.
All right. For the first 3 months, baby Kenny was passed around. He was never held, taken care of, or even loved a little bit. There's no substitute for a mother's love, and parents who leave their children can cause psychological damage to a child. This is called ABS, abandoned baby syndrome, which is a terrible source of stress for infants. These are some of the effects it has on an infant. And this is all important in setting up who Ken is.
Who he is,
yeah.
and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anxiety. Cuddling develops the nervous system and builds self-worth and trust in people. Later in life, those abandoned babies often develop addictions and anxiety disorders such as OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and can be paranoid, insecure, and untrusting. Depression. Babies mourn when left alone for long periods of time. The lack of touch and attention may result in a lifelong sense of unworthiness and sadness. Children make their own conclusions based upon their experiences. Abandoned babies learn to believe, I must not be worthy of love if no one loves me. Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
It might have something to do with, you're worthless, Kenny.
Oh.
You're worthless. Your mother didn't want you. She tried to sell you. Nobody fucking wanted you. You're nothing. That might have had a little something. Maybe a little something to do with it.
How do you think they know that, though, about how that kind of behavior from a parent affects a baby?
I don't know.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
Aggression. Many children become nasty or rebellious in their attempt to achieve a sense of power and win precious drops of attention. They don't care what others think and have not been trained to share or care or respect others' feelings. Studies have shown that abandonment at birth correlates with later susceptibility to psychological problems, including schizophrenia, drug abuse, depression, antisocial personality disorder, and tendencies towards violence. The damage caused by all of this can be irreversible and can extend into adulthood. After 3 months, little Kenny was adopted by Francis and Nick Bianchi. Early on, there were strong indications that there would be problems later on in Kenny's life. By the time he could talk, Francis said she knew he was a compulsive liar. At an early age, Kenny threw violent tantrums, and although he showed signs of artistic talent...
Joe.
I'm sorry.
What? Tell us. Share with us.
He was a good artist.
Yeah.
Or is.
Yeah.
He is a good artist.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Anyway, if you're trying to look for one redeeming quality in this guy, maybe that's it. I don't know.
That's it.
Signs of artistic talent and had an above average IQ. He was an underachiever in school. Interesting.
Yeah.
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 All of those things.
It is. But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
my kids throw tantrums. I hope they're not serial killers. You never know.
You guys threw tantrums.
Tony threw tantrums. Maybe Tony was a serial killer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
Could be. Never know.
Mm-hmm.
Never know.
Creeper.
So when they adopted this little fucker,
I have a question. Well, I have a question before you go into that. And I don't know the answer to this. Ken's adoptive, so Francine and Nick.
Yeah.
Did they have any other children, or was he the only one?
Nick had
Three
other
From
children.
a previous marriage.
Yes.
So could she not carry, and that's why they had to adopt? Or
I believe that was the
Okay.
case, even though I don't think she ever admitted it. That was the case.
I was just curious.
Well, she didn't have any of Tony Siagli, a super
Oh,
sperm.
come on,
Jeez.
stop it.
Oh, gosh. Gosh. So anyways, though, when they adopted Kenny, this little fucker, at the age of 3 months, Francis, right? Francis thought her prayers had been answered, and she was overjoyed that she now had a son. However, over the early years, when the problems started mounting up, Francis was torn between being an overbearing, doting mother or a strict disciplinarian. Let's listen to a little more from one of my discussions with Francis.
My mom says it doesn't matter what a son does, how bad it is, their parents will always love them till the end.
The parents are always what?
Parents will always love them.
That's true.
That is, right?
I adopted Kenny at 3 months,
Uh-huh.
and I thought he'd be my world's end, but it didn't turn out that way.
Mm-hmm.
But wherever he is and wherever I am, we both still love each other.
That's important. Mm-hmm.
I wait for his call and he... Oh, excuse me. I wait for his calls and...
That helps keep you going.
So he's in prayer that I am there to answer him. Because there could be where I can't answer him.
None of these people you're talking about, they didn't know Ken, did they?
Very well, they played together and everything.
Oh, when they were kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I didn't spend so much time sleeping, I'd write.
Uh-huh.
But it's first grade writing. Kindergarten writing. You know when you first start to write?
Uh-huh.
You know how bad it is?
Yeah.
Let Kenny talk about his boyhood.
His boyhood?
Let him talk about his friends and the trouble he used to get into when he was in grammar school.
Yeah, I will. I'll mention that to him.
One of his teachers in the Catholic school
Mm-hmm.
came up to see me, and he used to get in a lot of trouble when she was in her class, and she used to straighten him out. Well, she came up and gave me a pair of beautiful crystal rosaries.
Where at? At the home?
Yeah, she came here to visit me.
Well, it was true. What your mom said, a parent always loves a child, no matter what happens, no matter what they do.
Yep.
It really doesn't matter. I mean, and when you're a parent, you love your children and you stick by them. And she did. She really did.
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been different if he was her biological child, or do you think it didn't matter?
I don't think it mattered.
No.
No.
Because he was only 3.
Do you think, though, that it's not completely his fault? That he had all of these things going against him?
He's a piece of shit scumbag.
So there's no excuse.
I don't think there's an excuse. I mean,
I don't either.
if you look at your circle of influence, people you know in your life, we have friends that didn't have a great upbringing. They didn't maybe have great parents. They turned out okay.
Yeah.
So I think, it could be, it's a combination of maybe a psychological disorder that is out of his control. And then coupled that with the environment that he was raised in had a lot to do with it. But I still think that, there's got to be some responsibility for your actions.
Yeah.
12 times.
Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah.
That was good, Joe.
12 times.
And let's face it, who we went to live with in LA was not like
Angelo.
Yeah. Angelo was he was a scumbag, really bad, rapist, abuser. He just did a lot of really bad things. So he took Kenny, who was kind of,
Lost.
he was lost. He was easily molded, and Kenny didn't know shit, right? He immediately introduced him to the LA sex scene.
But Angelo wasn't a killer when Kenny got there, right?
No.
It's a rapist.
No, he wasn't.
He was a rapist. Okay.
Yes.
So then Kenny was driving the bus on the killings.
Absolutely.
Got it.
No question. I have a question. Because, she said she's always loved him. I mean, and it's obvious that she loved him. I don't think that was an act. Why did she change her identity? I mean, if you really, I wouldn't.
When did she change the identity, though?
As soon as it happened.
Yeah, when he got caught.
When he got caught?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And she moved to California, and she was there for the trials, and she watched his son. But then after he accepted, or whatever you want to call it, he said he was guilty. I mean, he accepted the plea agreement and said, I did it. She changed. She became Frances Picone.
And then he threw his fucking cousin right under the bus.
Well, that yes, he did.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did he get anything special for throwing him under the bus?
Yeah.
They got rid of the death penalty.
He got life.
Penalty.
Yeah.
But they don't have, do they have the death penalty in Washington?
He would have got it in California. They took it off the table in both states.
Oh, because I got it. Okay.
Yeah. And he's
Do they have it in Washington?
the death sentence.
I think they do, don't they? Or no? That's where
Well,
Ridgway
I know
is.
Ridgway is. And
And-
well,
and
no, he
so
made a
was-
deal too, though,
Yeah.
that he would,
Yeah.
And who's the other? There was another famous.
Oh, the guy, I wrote to him,
Yeah.
Robert Yates.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you're watching this, look it up because we want to know, do they have the death penalty in Washington? Leave it in the comments below.
Yeah.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Problem
Thank you.
solved.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she's, let Kenny talk about his childhood. You heard that?
Oh, yeah.
She told you. And that was very difficult, wasn't it?
What were some of the signs? What were some of the things he was doing in his childhood that were, they knew?
Compulsive liar.
Yeah.
Just like he is now to this very day.
You
He's
ever
a
kill any
compulsive
pets
liar.
or anything like that? That you
Not
know?
that we know.
Not that I
Bedwetter,
know
though.
of. He was a bedwetter.
The bedwetter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he constantly got in trouble. Constantly. He was
Disruptive.
disruptive. He would manipulate kids to doing things that then they got in trouble. And then they'd say, well, Kenny told me to do it. So he was, he was just a bad seed.
Yeah.
Really bad. So there was signs. The lying, though, especially.
He looks like
She
a
said
bad seed.
at two, he started lying.
You know that young picture you got of him?
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
looks like a fucking
Yeah,
little
and if you
evil
guys
bastard.
Tune into YouTube and you'll get to see that young picture.
Yeah.
You get to see a lot of things. This maniac, right? You see the brotherly
Yeah.
love. There's all kinds of things you're going to see.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to introduce
So-
something here.
The teacher came to visit, and she used to help Kenny out. She'd straighten him out. This was a nun. She was very religious, Frances. But anyway, she came to visit, as you heard on the conversation, that she came to visit, and she gave Frances a beautiful rosary. So when they were discussing that, she offered to send Tony Kenny's original rosary that he, what did he do?
That's his.
How did he
That's
get
his
that?
original
That's
rosary.
his original
Mhm.
rosary. Yeah,
Ooh.
there it is.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
What's the note saying there, Tone?
This is from
Francis.
Francis, and it says, this is his rosary. This is his rosary beads. He won for passing tests and answers in grammar school.
You know he's going to need that someday.
This,
Oh yeah.
oh,
Is that going to help him, do you think?
No, it's not going to help him.
who is he teaching how to get into heaven?
Oh, so it'll be in one of the letters. When I was going through the letters, that jumped off the page. Because he wrote to Tony, he said, "Oh, I'm teaching a prisoner now how easy it is to get into heaven."
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, "You're teaching?
That guy
Someone-
might be disappointed when he gets there.
Come on, Kenny told me."
Could you see him showing up at the pearly gates? Kenny sent me.
Oh.
Yeah. Who's your mentor?
Kenny.
Kenny Bianchi. I love
Can I see that for a second?
Kenny.
Kenny.
You never saw it, huh, Joe?
I didn't see this. No.
Look at that.
Wow. Beautiful.
It is.
Ooh, it's very creepy to hold this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He held this.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Mom, what are these fucking beads?
Jeez.
Kenny.
I wonder, this got to be
Dad.
pretty old, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he got this when he was a kid.
When he was in grammar school, it says.
So that's got to be what, 50, 60 years old?
He's almost
60
as
years old?
He's
almost
73.
He's
4
73.
years young. He's 4 years younger than me.
So that's over
Yeah.
60 years old?
Yeah.
It's in great shape. It's beautiful.
It really is.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So just think, Dad, he's 73.
Yeah.
You're 77.
Yeah.
Just think how much better your life has been
Do you think?
than Kenny Bianchi.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting. There you go, Tom. All right.
Well, I mean, what was I saying? Ted Bundy. Look at his mom. She supported him to the chair. You know?
Did she
Yes,
watch
she
it?
did.
Was she there?
No, she
No.
didn't go to it.
She didn't go to it?
No.
No. But she did. She supported him to the end.
Do you think they ever go? The parents
I don't
of
think
the victim?
so. I don't think so.
Of the victims?
No, not the victims. I'm sorry. The
The parents of the killer?
perpetrator. Yeah.
I don't know. I doubt it.
That I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I just, as a dad,
Mm-hmm.
the heartbreak, not the being put to death part, but what they did to other people
Yeah.
would be a lot for a parent, I think, to digest. The amount of lives that were ruined, not just the victim, but the family members, the siblings.
Yeah.
And I don't think you ever get past that.
How do you?
Yeah. I mean, your kid was evil. Doesn't necessarily make the parents evil. I mean, in
Right.
some cases they were, but I think that that's something that you never quite get over.
Murder destroys generations, actually,
Yes.
in a family.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we have to let Ken talk now.
This is a treat.
Let's hear what little Kenny says about his mom.
How's your mom doing? She wasn't feeling well last time you asked her, told me.
She's holding her own. Has good days and not so good days. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
Kind of you. She's you'd love her. She's a sweetheart. She's really just an incredible person, and it just it really hurts me to not be there for her. Now and of all times and.
She calls you?
No, you can't. Nobody can call me here.
Oh, I mean, you call her.
I speak to her every week, once a week.
All right. That call was Ken telling Tony how sweet his mom is, and he wishes that we could go meet her. Tony and I were going to Rochester to research the great art. So we decided to stop in and see Ken's mother. Now he's worried. Now I'm worried.
Now I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
I'm worried.
Joey didn't get the birthday card. Now I'm worried.
Now I'm worried.
People are stealing your mail
Yes.
because that happens every day.
Ken, you murdered 12 people. You shouldn't be worried about whether I got the birthday card.
But it was so interesting because as they just heard in that conversation, oh, he wished we could meet his mom. And when we decided to go meet his mom, as you'll hear a little later in the show, he wasn't too happy. He's a little concerned.
What do you think he
Worried.
was concerned about?
Him. Oh.
Oh, he was worried about his mother, what she was going to say.
Yeah. He didn't want the truth to be told.
Yeah.
She loved Tony. I mean, she called Tony her second son.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
No, I don't know either.
Do you feel honored?
I honestly just looked at her as an old lady, and
Yeah.
she had a tough hand dealt to her.
Yeah.
Yes.
She really did. Even though, I mean, she help make Ken what he was, but
Yeah.
she still had a tough hand. So
We had to go see her, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we were going to Rochester, and we were in the middle of the research for your book, and we were researching the great art.
Yeah.
So
let me tell you about the great art.
what about them?
You guys, this is cool. Well, like here, if you go to the Hilton, well, it used to be the Hilton where Elvis Presley played. There's a statue of Elvis playing the guitar, and he's in his jumpsuit. And it talks about the record he set, which still has never been broken. It never will be broken.
Right.
It's quite amazing. And you're looking at this statue of greatness, right? When me and my dad, and we were totally shocked when we went to the Dunkin' Donuts, which is like a block away from Artie's house, right? The great one. There was a statue of Art. Do you believe it? A statue of Art standing up, and it was like he was giving donuts to 4 nuns, and they were down on their knees looking up at Art.
Where does he get this shit?
No.
By the way,
that was great.
There's something you said in that was inaccurate. Somebody did break Elvis's record.
Who?
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
That was great.
And he got to see Elvis.
Yes, I did. That's how
the
old I am.
Hilton.
And I got to tell you, man, never saw anything like it.
And when
It's the fucking greatest.
my dad was playing craps one day in that hotel, and Elvis came walking through the fucking casino. And my dad said the entire casino just stopped.
And if you guys have ever been to Vegas, nothing stops a casino. Nothing.
That's not true. I was in the Bellagio the other day, and when I walked in, the same thing happened.
Oh, the
Does it
same thing
fucking-
happened
I
to
don't
you?
know why. Even the machines quieted down.
I didn't realize
Yeah, everybody
that.
turned.
That's
They looked
pretty
at me.
cool.
It was crazy.
That's great.
And that's Joey Stiaglia.
Yes.
That's Joey Stiaglia.
He's
There he
running.
is.
He's running through the casino
He's
with
there.
a bag of chips.
Remember how concerned Ken was about us going to see his mom, and he tried on numerous occasions to talk us out of it. And I think these few letters that came right after our visit explains why, in typical Bianchi fashion, he would try to make us believe that his 91-year-old mother was worried about questions that Tony asked about Ken's childhood in Tony's book, even though the mom had told Tony, ask Kenny about his childhood. Remember?
Yep.
She said it. But he's worried because you were going to ask her questions.
Mhm.
And he's worried because he doesn't know what his mother's going to say. So he blames it on her, but like we don't know that it's Ken that's worried. I'll take the first letter, guys.
Okay.
All right? This letter
Thank
came.
you.
This is incredible.
Mhm.
This letter is dated July 19th, 2010. Dear Tony, I hope and trust you made it home okay. Mom enjoyed meeting with you and visiting with you and your dad. Truly, in every way she did. She can't explain why, but she felt badly, even up to my call on Friday, that she didn't offer cookies that were on her nightstand. She is quite the hospitable person, and at 91, things don't always go smoothly. Please accept her heartfelt apology.
Thanks, Ken. That touches me.
That's so sincere.
It is.
Isn't it?
Thank you. Thank you. The cookies were delicious.
They
Thank
were.
you.
She was sorry you couldn't visit longer. I can't tell you how much she really enjoyed the visit. She was briefly sad, noting it was probably the last time she would ever see you. I miss her very much, and thank you for visiting. She was a bit puzzled. Here we go. She was a bit puzzled, however, at so many questions about my childhood. I had no answer for her, as I am puzzled myself. Her puzzlement was not a complaint at all, but in the future, you should probably limit your questions. Your friend always, Ken. This guy is so
Sickening.
full of shit. He's just full of shit. You know, he tries to sugarcoat everything with his heartfelt message and my apologies. Fuck you, Ken.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, how do you try and blame your 91-year-old mom for worrying about questions and worrying about your book, The Serial Killer Whisperer? Let's hear a little more from Francis about Ken's childhood, guys.
Do you remember a while ago when you told me to ask him about his childhood?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does he remember anything?
Well, he said, no, everything was fine. He got kind of startled, I guess. He goes, I don't know. Everything was fine in my childhood. Everything was fine.
Your phone?
Yeah, that's my other phone.
Why don't you answer it and call me back, and I'll try and get the nurse to give you my medication.
Okay.
Call me back.
Ken, yeah, remember he wouldn't tell me about his childhood, really.
Yeah.
Was it bad?
No. He had a happy childhood. He had a nice childhood. Spoiled rotten. I just wondered if he remembered any of the good times we had.
The good times?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We took him everywhere. We did everything for him.
yeah.
He tells me, I wish I'd listened to you.
Did you guys hear how worried Frances sounds about Ken remembering the childhood? She got very, it was just a different, her voice changed.
But that's what makes it so interesting, because
Yeah.
what's she thinking? Is she responsible for part of the way he turned out? I don't think fully, but I think it was always in her mind, where did she go wrong?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was quite obvious when Tony asked her.
Why else, though, would I fucking call Ken Bianchi's mom? Right? Of course, to talk about Ken Bianchi. If he's so fucking innocent, what's he worried about?
You weren't
Exactly.
you weren't there to have cookies.
Exactly, right?
Jeez.
So when you asked her, was his childhood bad? What did she say? No.
No.
She screamed it out. No. He was spoiled rotten. I was like, what the
Do that
fuck?
again. I love that.
Spoiled rotten.
That's
Sound
it.
like Haddon Clark.
It does.
Right? You just sounded like that. I can't sound like her. Try it, guys.
He was spoiled rotten.
That was good.
He was spoiled rotten.
Yeah,
There you go.
There we go. I told you they could do it better.
Oh.
We did everything for Kenny. We took him wherever he wanted. Whatever he wanted, he got. He had a good fucking childhood. You understand, Tony? I'm going to fucking kill somebody right now. I was like, we were like, oh, whoa.
Sheesh.
She didn't really say that, but boy, it sure sounded like it.
Yeah.
Joey, I think they understand. Don't you?
Yeah.
You want to take the next one?
Yeah, sure. I'd be
All
happy
right.
to.
Thank you.
All right, here's a letter dated August 2nd, 2010. It's really interesting to see how these letters came in rapid succession after the visit that you guys both had.
Mhm.
Clearly he was concerned. I'm concerned.
Yeah,
I'm worried.
I'm worried now.
Dear Tony, thanks again for stopping by and spending some quality time with Mom.
He's always apologizing, or no, always thanking.
Oh, yeah.
That means a lot to her and I. I get tears thinking about how much I miss her. She's the only person who is allowed to call me Kenny, as she has for many years.
Allowed.
Allowed. Do I wish she wouldn't? At times, perhaps, but she's mom, and moms can do whatever they want.
Hold on.
Then he went on to say,
Jeez.
I'm always honest and forthright with you and your family. Mom asked me with concern whether I was going to be in your book.
You know, she never mentioned my book. You know,
Did she even know about it?
I don't even know if she knows about it.
I don't think she did.
No.
But Kenny knew.
I assured her that since I respectfully declined to be in your book, I would not be in it. And he wasn't in it. A little bit.
But he made
Just his
a big,
name.
big fucking deal because he put him in there as the Hillside Strangler. That's what he is. Well, he went nuts.
Just mentioning all the different people I've corresponded with.
If you go on the internet and you Google Kenneth Bianchi, what comes up?
Hillside Strangler.
The Hillside Strangler.
Right.
I mean, it's who he is. He created it.
Yeah.
Reverse it. Type in Hillside Strangler. What comes up?
Kenneth Bianchi.
There you go.
Bob is spelled B-O-B forwards and B-O-B backwards. It's the same shit. You're getting the same result. Okay, so Kenny goes on to say, can I call him Kenny?
Did you get permission?
No, let me say no.
Did you get permission?
Kenneth, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right.
She was relieved, but wondered why you asked so many questions about my life. I assured her you were just a friend getting to know me better. I assume that is right.
Oh.
He's a very interesting guy. Like the way he writes. I have a client right now. He's
like this.
He's like this. He writes emails like this. Maybe
Maybe we should be watching him.
Yeah.
That's another conversation.
Yeah,
I'll tell you guys
Seriously?
about.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I can't wait to hear it.
I assured you were a friend getting to know me better. I assume that is right. I will always be true to my thoughts and feelings because we are friends. That is who I am with friends, and it's called respect. Your friend always, Ken.
He'd love to choke me.
Oh, yeah. He'd like to put a garrote around his neck. We're saying he is still alive. Could I, what's that one that you own? Could I borrow that?
Which one?
Well, the one that you don't really have to aim. You just,
Yeah, that's a Beretta.
Okay. I probably should have that.
Tactical shotgun.
Because I'm not 12
for the
years old.
Coxman.
I'm not 12 years old, so I invite him to come.
You don't have to aim it. Just pull the trigger and boom.
That's what I need.
It'll hit him.
77, I need that.
It's weird that he takes the time to send this letter because, like, what is he so concerned about? You went and met with his. If somebody went and met with mom,
right,
and was asking questions about me in my childhood,
you wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be concerned.
No, unless you killed 12 girls.
Yeah.
A lot of them being young.
Well, if he's innocent, why is he so fucking concerned? And he says, I had a great childhood. I believe it's on one of the conversations. I had a great childhood. There was nothing wrong with my childhood. It was incredible. I had loving parents. And I just, I can't say enough good things about my mom. She did put my hand on a hot stove a few times, but moms can do what they want. She's a mom.
Tony, why don't you take the last one?
I will. But first, I'd just like to mention this. This is something I learned, during the break between season 5 and this season. There's a glass roof, right? That goes over Hollywood. All right?
I know this.
And if you want to get through that glass roof, you're going to have to perform favors. So then, Mr. Spacey, what's his first name?
Kevin
Spacey. He called me and he said, Tony, if you and the Coxmen ever want to make it to the next level with your podcast series, you're going to have to jerk me off. And then I looked into Kevin Spacey. And there's a show on, and it's called Kevin Spacey Unmasked. And I watched this. And this guy, Academy Award winning actor, very talented. But that's all he can do is act because he's a fucking piece of shit. All right. He didn't really call me. Be great, though. I'll take one for the team.
Oh, you are nuts.
I'm like looking at him like, where's he going with this? Where's
you take one for the team?
Read the fucking letter.
Okay. Tony. You know he was crazed and probably wrecking his cell. Worried about...
That was funny. You said Tony.
Oh, my gosh.
No, that's okay.
That's not part of the letter.
That's all right.
But you know he was wrecking the cell when he was writing the letter, right? He was pissed.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
You know he was crazy and probably wrecking his cell, worried about what she would say. And he should be worried. Very, very worried. She said plenty to me when we were there visiting. We'll talk about some of the fascinating things she shared with me during the wrap-up. And then this came on August 17th, 2010. Oh, yeah, baby. That's one day after the king of rock and roll earned his heavenly wings.
That's right.
August 16th, 1977. Don't forget it, man. Dear Tony, today is August 17th, 2010. It's sunny and clear outside. My mom received your great birthday card you sent her. A heartfelt thanks. She calls you her other son.
Huh?
It's cute, and she really has accepted you like family. Right?
You know that
lucky
pissed
you.
him off, right?
Yeah, she could keep that invitation.
Lucky you.
No fucking way. At 91, she worries momentarily, but knows I will not be in the book.
Oh.
But she also wishes you the very best on that project. She just needed some brief assurance from you.
This is my client. I'm telling you guys. I could pull up the emails right now. This is him.
Is it redundant
Holy
or what?
fuck.
We should
Fuck.
we should watch that guy.
Oh, my.
Gee.
He's like, let it go.
Yeah, well, he can't.
He
This guy
can't.
can't. And
All right,
you
go.
were right. You think he was wrecking his cell? I mean,
Yeah.
when he says she just needed some brief insurance from you, you know it's him, and he wrecked the cell and he kicked holes, and he can't take it because he can't control it. Right?
Probably.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
God.
Back to the letter. You and your family are tops with her and me. You are all in her daily prayers. And if that's true, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Francis.
And it may have been. She's very religious. So.
Mm-hmm. Back to the letter. No, I'm sure Gary Ridgway is not out here. People who don't know who Gary Leon Ridgway is, he's the Green River Killer.
Did you ask him if he was in that prison or?
Yeah, that was like the fucking first thing I asked him when I started talking to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it was in a conversation last week.
It's Walla Walla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Ridgway in that prison?
Oh, no. That's what Ken said.
No.
Yes, though.
Yeah.
He is, but he is put in a maximum. He's not allowed to be around any other prisoners.
He can't even get mail or anything, right? He's like
the only people he can get mail from is his intermediate family.
Okay, immediate family,
and lawyers, and
yeah,
exactly.
right.
Lawyers.
How could he? What does he need a lawyer for?
You're right, Joe, right?
Exactly. The guy
And who's
stood
a
in
lawyer that
court.
represents somebody like that?
Exactly. Who's the fucking lawyer that's milking him for fucking cash?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Ken's a lawyer.
Ken's, he
probably-
could have represented him.
Yeah.
Maybe he could have called Bundy. They could have co-counseled together. Fucking that was good.
Yeah.
Bianchi and Bundy. They could open a law firm. B&B Law.
B&B Law.
Double B Law.
Double B Law. I love it. That's
If
great.
you want to beat the case, you call Ken or my buddy Ted.
Boy, that was great.
There's so many things they could do. Ted and Ken could be like the
Ted and Ken.
Ted.
It's a 3-letter law firm.
Could be Teddy
Ted,
Kenny. It could be Kenny Teddy. You never know.
We should write a show.
Oh, I
How
love it.
about that?
The B&B Law Firm.
Yes.
Where serial killers tell you how to beat the rap.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah. Love it.
Serial killers.
You know,
Teach you how to
son,
beat the rap.
I would have loved to hear you present in my courtroom, but you went a different direction, Sonny. Fucking Ted.
That drives him crazy.
That judge, that pissed me off.
Yeah. He gave him a little bit of credit.
Well, it was for the cameras,
Yeah.
fucker.
Yeah.
That was
Shut
up.
terrible.
Just give him the death penalty. Shut up. Sorry.
No, this is great though.
This
Coming
is
up,
great. The next line.
This is the cat's meow.
Yeah. The pot calling the kettle black.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm sure Gary Leon Ridgway is not out here. I would have heard about it if he was. Anyway, I wouldn't know him if he passed by me, which is fine with me. The less I know about a guy like that, the better it is.
Like what? Ken? Like what, Kenny? What? You
Yeah.
mean a serial killer? Like you?
He raped a 12 and a 14-year-old, you guys.
Yeah.
And threw him down in a garbage area.
Gary or Kenny?
Kenny. Kenny.
And
That was 2 of his victims.
A 15-year-old prostitute down. I mean, this poor girl.
Wait, the 12 and the 14-year-old, he raped and killed?
And killed them both.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I think they held them for a few days.
To torture him.
The less I know about that guy,
The better it is.
the better it is.
The better it is.
Ah. And then, no, I don't know him. I don't know him.
That
He was
disgusts
saying
me.
that on the conversation. Huh? No. And it faded out with him saying, no, I don't know him.
It's really sad.
They
isn't
could have
it, that
compared
he's-
notes.
He said last week, he said,
Compared notes.
no, there's nobody like that in here. And I said, what is it, a fucking country club? Or is it a prison, Ken?
Just imagine this table right here, right? If you had 3 mics and another 3 on the end, and you had Teddy, Kenny, Gary, the great Art, David Gore, and Haddon Clark, all at the round table. Could you
Yeah.
imagine the stories?
That'd be great.
We better hope we make it out of the room alive.
Yeah,
Well, we
you-
wouldn't be in the same room.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shit.
Isn't that
Teddy and Kenny.
that's hysterical? Teddy and Kenny. I love that.
That is quite a line, though, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
The
So
less
here he
I
says-
know.
So here he says to me, guys, when you visit, it is a full contact, seated at a table with nice chairs, clean surroundings, 2 TVs, and windows to the outside. There are vending machines with hot and cold food and a nice staff. YFA. Ken. Well, I wonder if there's like a fucking buffet there, you guys. Perhaps even a nice fucking chilled salad bar.
Do you ever notice though his letters, they don't end with any nicety. They just end. His letters just cut off.
Oh yeah.
There's no there's no call to action at the end of his letter. Like he doesn't ask you anything.
No.
Because he didn't give a shit.
No.
His first letter to Tony, he wrote, it wasn't Dear Tony, Hi Tony. It was Anthony Ciaglia.
That's how he addressed the letter.
That's how he addressed that's at the top of the letter. Yeah, it said Anthony Ciaglia.
It's my client.
You better get his loan.
Can't close fast enough, I'll tell you that.
Will you be able to close it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Close everything.
We should be watching.
Joe, I close
we should be watching at the closing.
Yes. I won't be there, that's for sure.
All right, guys, here's a little bit more from Francis.
Young and foolish in his days.
Yeah, he definitely was.
And I wondered how much of it that was his fault.
Say that one more time.
I wonder how much of it was his fault.
Yeah.
I can't talk freely.
I know you can't.
When I'm in the nursing home, I think it would be different.
Yes. Well, Ken's been saying for a long time now that he's innocent, but he confessed twice, and I've seen it, the two different confessions on tape, and that was back in the 70s, years and years ago. So I don't know what to believe. You can't talk freely right now? People around?
That's right.
Okay. Got it.
So they keep promising they're going to move me, but they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping to go up on the 7th floor in a couple of weeks. A better floor.
They don't know who you are still?
No. I don't let it be known.
It's been, have you always been like that?
Yes.
Why? Because you just don't want to hear people's opinions?
They ask too many questions. I feel it's none of their business.
Yeah.
I have friends that drop me on account of him.
Did they really?
Yeah.
When everything went down?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Francis.
No, I don't. God has a way of doing things.
Yeah?
They weren't true friends. If they were true friends, they'd stick by you.
Yeah, that's when you would need them the most.
That's right.
There she was again.
There she was. She's still alive.
Hey!
Hey?
She changes. She changes.
Tone.
Yeah.
Tone.
Oh, yeah.
It's all in the tone.
It's all in the tone.
It just like when she was holding his fucking little kid hand to the stove, she was changing tones. Isn't that crazy? She used to burn him.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, guys, she can't talk freely, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But she could when we visited. And thank God she could, because she let us in, didn't she? She opened the refrigerator door and let us in. And that's probably why Kenny was so fucking worried.
Oh, for sure.
They had moved her to the 7th floor when we visited. I guess that's like the maximum security, like her son, right? They had her in fucking shackles and handcuffs.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But no, she was on the 7th floor. What'd you guys think of that?
I love it. I still keep going back, and she keeps saying it. They don't know who she is. Why? if Kenny is so fucking innocent,
Yeah.
defend the man.
Defend the man.
She has a lot of friends that dropped her, she said. Fuck them. No, because Tony said, oh, that's really sad. That's too bad. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Either they're your friends and they stick with you, or you don't want them around anyway. I mean, you can hear her voice. She's different, very different.
The tone changes. She never defends him.
Yeah.
She just wanted to hide from it. I mean, I guess rightfully so. You know, it's hard to, you put yourself in her position, but she was cold.
Mm-hmm. She was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice, but cold.
Mm-hmm.
He even wrote a letter whining to Tony about how I can't even write my mom anymore, because he wrote her and she wrote him right back. Or I think when he called her, she told him, don't send letters anymore because it's got your name and it's got, the prison, and I don't want people to know who I am. So he had from that point on, write and send the letters to Sal, who's her brother, and then Sal would sometimes deliver the letters to her, according to Ken. Sometimes he didn't.
Hey, I got a group of letters. I'm gonna drop it off. This is Sal. How you doing?
Say what? What's your name?
My name's Sal. I got a couple letters. I'm gonna bring in for Kenny. It's just a bag. I'm gonna bring the bag.
Bring the bag.
One question before we wrap.
Uh-huh.
Did she defend him when you were there talking to her? You and her went off. Did she defend him?
Fuck no.
Okay. That's what I thought.
No.
I got a couple questions before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
So he killed primarily through strangulation, right?
Yes.
Did he use anything, or did he use his hands? Or did he use whatever he could get his hands on?
A garrote.
A garrote. He used that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
did he rape them all?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was a sexual sadist murderer.
Deviant.
Did he beat him?
No. Tortured.
Oh, he tortured him.
Yeah, one girl, he injected
Windex.
Windex into her.
Oh, so he's a doctor too.
Oh, a doctor, yeah. Well, yeah, they were experimenting.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
He and Dr. Mengele.
Jesus. So he injected Windex?
Into one of them, and one of them they tortured with electricity.
Do you know what happened with the Windex when the Windex went in?
It
Did
didn't
that kill her? Or?
It didn't.
No, it didn't kill her.
No.
The only reason they know is that when they did the autopsy, they found the Windex.
Jeez.
Oh, and the one it's hard to even talk about, man. They put a bag over her head, and then they hooked a hose up, and they were pumping gas into the bag
from the stove.
And it took an hour and a half for this poor girl to die. So, yeah, they didn't beat him, but they certainly tortured him.
Now this fucking worm, this fucking puke, doesn't even admit.
Yeah.
After he's been caught.
No responsibility.
No.
None.
So, David Gore, right? He would keep them for like a couple days and do everything.
Yeah.
Were they like that too?
Yeah.
They were.
Yes.
And then when they disposed the bodies, they were all of them on the side of the freeway in LA?
Not the freeway. Well, they were on Hillside.
Hills.
Yeah.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
What a fucking stupid question, Joey. No,
And one of the girls, though.
because they weren't all on the
but he
hillside.
laid them out right on the side of the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one girl, they had her on like a hillside.
Spread eagle.
Spread eagle. And she was like flashing LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We come here, we make jokes, and we've got to like make light of this because it's so dark, but this is a bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And what
this
kills me is
one of the worst. I mean, it just...
Oh, he is.
He tries to act like he's a fucking
altar boy.
altar boy, a fucking Boy Scout.
I think that's what's so fascinating about it too, is how, how can you have done such heinous, horrible horrible things to people. And then you act like this. There's no accountability. There's no remorse. There's, think about it. How long has he been in prison? 40 years?
Yeah. 44 years.
40 years. And
44.
every day you carry with you what you've done.
No, they don't though.
That's what I'm saying. That's that's the wildest thing about it is like, I think any person that had those feelings that wasn't a pure sociopath, psychopath, deranged, crazy person like this couldn't live with themselves for 40 years. And it's not like you're out living life. You're in a fucking room, probably smaller than this.
Thinking about it.
Thinking about this the whole time. But he's adapted and he's lived a life. And it's just, this is a bad guy.
Yeah. And he better never get out.
And they used to act like policemen. Like, isn't that how they got the two little girls, the 12 and the 14-year-old?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they flashed the badge. Angelo had a fake badge.
Angelo died in prison, right?
Yeah.
Natural causes, cancer.
Yeah. They never really investigated it.
Wasn't he
what they said.
16 years older than Ken?
20, I think.
Oh,
20
really?
years
That
older.
many?
Yeah.
Kenny was a weasel. Fucking Angelo. There are certain shots of him where, he kind of looks like Sly Stallone, and then there's other shots of him where he looks like a reptilian creature.
Bianchi or Bono? Bono.
Yeah, no, Ken's just a weasel.
Yeah. But Bono was older than him, right? He was the older cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, he was 20 years older?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
See, I learned so much when I come here.
So you figured when Kenny went out there, he was 25 and he was 45.
Got it.
So I don't have any kids, but if I had like a daughter, a 12 or 14 or whatever age, and this motherfucker did this to my kid, and
the earth is not big enough.
No, yeah, but he doesn't live up to it.
Yeah.
So, they catch him, and then you can't get in the prison to get him because he's safe.
Boy,
yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's important, for the listeners and the people that, are listening to this or watching this. It's like we make light of some of it, but this is a bad guy. This is a real fucking bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did really, really fucking terrible things.
Yeah.
And you just think he was doing bad things starting as a little child.
Mm-hmm.
And it just progressed.
It's, him sitting in a cell is just not, there's no justice there.
No.
This guy still gets to live and breathe. And he's not living a good life. Let's not let's not mix it. But the fact that the lives he's ruined, the families he's ruined, the fear that those poor girls must have felt. I can't even comprehend what that must be like.
Yeah.
I guess part of the reason of this show is to never forget.
That's right.
To remind, right. We're reminding these people like me that do have small kids, people like that has grown kids. But for the people out there that have small kids or daughters, and it's good to never forget and to always remind people that these people do exist. And
they're out there.
They're out there. They're walking around like regular people every single day, which makes this show important to expose the things that these guys did and how they did it, so that just maybe, it might help somebody that wouldn't normally see the signs. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
They wouldn't normally see the signs, but now they might be able to recognize the signs. Just the other day in Baltimore, that lady was raped and murdered by that guy from El Salvador. She had 5 kids.
I know.
5 kids.
Where did this happen?
Baltimore.
Oh, that's a tough city.
How do you live with that the rest of your life? If that happened to your mother,
you You can't.
You just can't.
You don't.
It's repulsive.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I think, the whole idea of this season is you got a guy that we know what he did,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but he's professed his innocence and won't take responsibility. So we're going to present it all and let them decide.
Yeah.
Is he guilty or is he innocent? I'm curious to see at the end, what people think. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty,
Yeah.
it's pretty damn obvious.
I want to say something really quick.
You could say, it's your show. You can say whatever you want.
I just wanted to say, like, when you said how scared they must have been, I always think that when a predator, when he's doing his ruse and he's pulling a girl in or whatever to his web, I always think when the girl realizes,
It's over.
oh my God, I made a bad mistake. I'm really, this is the wrong guy. Just how scared that moment is,
It's going to be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But then for 2 days,
Oh my gosh.
like
Yeah. I
the
mean, that's-
torture, and it's repulsive to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And just imagine if it happened to you, somebody somebody that you cared about, somebody that was close to you.
Yeah.
So it's anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I sidebarred a little bit, but I thought it was
No,
important
I think it was great.
that as the three of us, we're always just talking and laughing and fucking around and doing our thing. But the material, the subject is so disgusting.
You said sidebar.
Sidebar.
I like that.
Thank you.
I never heard that before.
And
Well, it's a trial, isn't it?
yeah, it's a trial,
Right.
and we've developed a new law firm today, Kenny and Teddy's Law.
Fuck, you're fucking great.
Kenny and Teddy Law.
That's great.
But it's anyway.
Yeah.
Take it home.
All right.
It's just he's a disgusting human
real
being.
quick. And
Uh-huh.
this is going to add to what you were just saying. We watched this Hillside Strangler thing that was done on television.
A
And,
documentary. It was the real people.
Yeah, it was the real people. And there was a detective on. And you could tell this guy was a hardened, he's seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it on his face. You see the sadness. And this guy, and we're talking 44 years later.
This is Bob Grogan.
Yeah, actually, it was 40 years when the show was on. 40 years later, he cried.
Yeah, he was crying.
Jeez.
When he was talking about what he saw in the victims, he cried. And I thought, man, that just sums it up.
It's not.
These people did.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, everyone, that's a wrap for today. It's beautiful outside, too.
Yeah.
We're in the fucking 80s.
That's crazy.
The rest of the country's
It's crazy.
dying right
Exactly.
now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like that for long, but we're going to enjoy it. Blessings. Join us next week for a fascinating discussion about why this fucking twerp, this fucking piece of shit, this fucking puddle of puke, Kenny Bianchi, is a product of both nature and nurtured. And I don't give a fuck. Throw that in the toilet. Nature and nurtured. Fuck it. He's a scumbag. He's always been a fucking scumbag. All right? And I swear to God, if that was my fucking daughter, I'd find a way in that. I'd break the law. I'd get arrested in fucking Washington. I would go in there and I would hang this little fucker. All right, everybody. Joe, thanks. Loved what you did there at the end.
Thanks for having me.
The fucking sidebar was beautiful.
I hate this guy.
I know. And what's the other thing you did?
Well, we have a new law firm.
Yes.
That's the best I've ever heard. I love it.
Kenny and Teddy. B&B. ESQ.
B&B. I love it. Everybody take care.
You're going to come back, right?
I'll be back.
All right.
All right.
If you have me, I'll
All
be
right.
back.
We
No,
love
no,
having you.
we're going to get you a fucking mug, okay?
Yeah, get me a mug. What the?
We'll get the mug.
I mean, I have one on my desk at where you should have told me. If you couldn't have brought me one, I would have brought it.
We'll bring you one.
Yeah.
All right.
So take care, guys. Stay safe. And remember, always walk in the calm after the storm. Team. Woo!